Hi, this is a reflection on lesson 348 in A Course in Miracles, and it says, I have no cause for anger or for fear, for you surround me, and in every need that I perceive, your grace suffices me. So I have no cause for anger or for fear, for you surround me, and in every need that I perceive, your grace suffices me. This brought up a lot of different things for me, and one is that who is you? You surround me. It really brought me immediately into this place of like, there is nothing outside of me to latch onto, to cling to as a source of comfort. And that fills me with like a feelings of like, well, then what is everybody talking about when they're like, I trust in, and then it's some outside power or entity or essence or energy that is outside of myself. Because I've never, like, thinking back, I wonder, have I ever felt that I'm for me the closest thing is I trust in the not knowing, that I trust in knowing that it's nothing that I'm going to do that's going to bring me a sense of peace. It's not in the seeking. There's nothing that, God, this is so hard to talk about. What, I don't know what that was, other than I like to try to be succinct with words, and it's hard. Well, I don't know if I like it when that happens, because I tend to ramble a lot, but I'm not finding the words on this one, because I feel like what I wanted to say, and what it all boiled down to for me, is like feeling the certainty that there is nothing out there that I can seek, that I can, like this idea of a belief system or this God concept, none of that feels real to me. The only thing that feels real to me is that I can keep looking inside of myself and trying to see the truth in everything in an honest way, and with humility and with gratitude, that brings me to the truest part of myself. And that to me feels like more God than any concept of God. It feels like that's all we have, and that's all we're meant to have, and that's what we're meant to, like the whole know thyself thing, that feels like that's all we're meant to do, is to keep turning inward, to keep coming into knowing of ourselves. And in that, everything becomes illuminated, doesn't it? All the healing happens, all the tenderness, all of the peace and love, all of that starts within. And I kept thinking about, there's really nowhere to land. I've talked about this feeling before, where the seeking that happens with like spiritual seeking, and I'm only qualified to talk about my own experience, which is honestly very limited, because I didn't frame things in the spiritual seeking context before. I didn't know what spiritual was. And to me, that word is loaded, but I take it to mean this like striving. It's almost like, I wouldn't say striving, but that's not the right word. Spiritual is like an essence that is bigger than the sum of its parts. That's all I mean by spiritual. So it is, I'm an arm, I'm a head, I'm a body, I have emotions, I feel sensations, I have thoughts running through my head, and yet there is something more me than the sum of those parts. And that's what I mean by spiritual. It's that essence that encompasses all of that and is then something else more that I can't even define. I don't even like the word consciousness anymore, or awareness, or any of that, because to me it doesn't mean anything tangible. It doesn't mean anything real to me. They're just words that we try to use as pointers for the thing that is all encompassing and is greater than the sum of its parts. And it's the thing that feels more real than any seeking, any practice, any religion, any ethos. It just feels, I don't know. So why did this lesson do that? I'm trying to think of the title. I think what it pointed me to was like this: peace is accessible and it's there to surround me. I can bring it close, and I do that by going inward, meaning I kind of like turn off the outside world, turn off the stimuli. And boy, I'm a good seeker of stimuli. Like, keep me entertained, keep me seeking, keep me, ooh, shiny new thing, ooh, squirrel. Like, I'm good at seeking the stimuli because it keeps this like active mind more active. And I love learning. I'm not saying there's anything wrong inherently with like we were giving these parts that do these things to experience life to its fullest so that we can know thyself. Like, what am I learning about myself in the way that my mind likes to stay stimulated and ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I like that. Like, what am I learning about myself through that? And how is that bringing me to a place of authenticity and peace and love? And so that's what this lesson did for me, is like it's a continual reorienting back to peace. Well, how do I do that? By going inside. I'm not going to find it by going out there first. I don't think. I mean, I feel like at this point there's truth in everything. So if that's my first step, is to go seek something, it might eventually bring me back to this place of peace. I've experienced that, where it's like the energy of seeking outward has to exhaust itself. I've talked about that before. I feel it's true for me still, where sometimes that excitement, like, ooh, I just got to let this energy run its course. Where's it going to take me? I don't know. And ultimately it brings me back here, because I'm like, well, yep, it didn't really do anything for me except bring me right back to say, this is the only thing that feels real to me. It's the only thing that feels true, is the peace I feel when I just turn off all of that out there. As fun as it is, and as much as I love, like, ooh, I want to connect with this person, they're out there, right? Like, it's not bad. It's just, it's a different kind of being in communion with myself. Does that word make sense? Like, to commune with, I don't know enough about that word to use it properly, but to be with feels like the greatest gift. And like, to be with self, to be with everything that's coming up as it comes up. And obviously this is a big deal to me because it's bringing the emotional tone. Like, it feels the most true of anything, is to be with whatever wants to emerge and be seen, to be recognized, acknowledged, sat with, held. All of that feels like the doorway to peace, the doorway to love. Actually, I don't know. I feel like peace might be, like, love might be the vehicle. Love might be the tool. Love might be the seasoning, the flavors. I don't know, the thing you infuse everything with that will ultimately lead to peace. Like, peace feels like the underlying baseline truth of everything. And what is peace? I think it's non-seeking, non-doing, acceptance for everything that's here right now. And why it just feels, at some point it used to feel like, but that's not enough. What is that? And then I had to inquire into, like, well, what is that? Like, never feeling like there's enough, or I've got to do something to achieve that, and that was a whole thing. So yeah, sometimes it takes like going out to exhaust an energy to come back home. I don't know. I have nothing else to add to that. Bye.